Hello, people.
Hello, and welcome back.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Welcome back. This is What's Your Favorite Scary Story? My name's Alyssa.
And I'm Marlene. And this is your favorite podcast ever.
In case you forgot.
The universe.
We have to remind you each week. So you know that you're listening to your favorite podcast ever.
Yeah. Welcome. We appreciate you. We love you. We love you so fucking much. If we haven't told you lately how much we love you.
I think we tell them every week. I think they know.
Oh, well, never mind. I take all of that back.
Good. You don't have to say it that extra.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Binks is approaching.
Yeah. You know what?
Marnie.
I know we talked about getting a dog podcast or two ago. Luckily, we have made great progress.
We have made wonderful progress.
Yes,
they're doing good.
They're doing so well. I think we're proving that old dogs can learn new tricks.
Yes.
So it's really nice to see Marnie get along with the cats, because on top of everything else that's been personally happening in our lives, I've been stressed out about this dog-cat situation.
And I mean, I wouldn't...
Cat dog.
Alone in the world, little cat dog. I wouldn't say they're necessarily getting along, but they're currently coexisting.
They're coexisting.
And that is all we could hope for.
Yo, at this point...
No blood, no injuries.
Yes.
I'm happy. Those are my rules.
Yes. I agree. They've been doing so well, and that is like a stress less off of my list,
Good.
you know? Because I'd literally like clock out and I'd be like, fuck. Like, just like this like feeling of
impending doom.
Yes, because I knew I had to like I had like the strict schedule the last 2 weeks, and it was just kind of like eating away at me, and I'm just not used to like big dogs. Like back home, my sister had like 4 little dogs, and that's a lot easier to like deal with versus one big dog. Yes. And yeah, I'm just glad we're...
And they had been there for like years and years.
And the cat, Ori was there first, so they all knew that Ori like ruled the house. Yeah.
So they didn't mess with her.
So this is just a very...
It's a different situation. Marnie doesn't know shit.
She doesn't
know shit. The dog.
Shit.
She just came in. We did introduce them kind of right away. Like, we creaked the door open just so they all knew each other existed in the house now.
But she like pounced once and then barked once, and we had never heard her. She's not a barker.
Thank God.
Oh my God, thank God she's not a barker. But I was still like stressed out because, I mean, my priority is keeping the cat safe. I mean, our priority is keeping the cat safe, and just, you know, it's just a comfortable thing. Like, excuse me, I needed the cats to stay comfortable and be comfortable. Because it was their house first. It's their territory.
Yeah. And poor Binks has already been through so much. That poor child. First of all, Marlene found him on the streets.
Johnson Street. Shout out Mike.
Yep. Dropped him off with me. I took him around all day trying to find a vet and a groomer because he was a street cat. Right. Get him cleaned up. He hid under my dresser for 3 days. And then finally, he like loves me. He's my best friend. And then we move him across the country and traumatize him again. And then we get him a little cat brother. And like, that's a whole fiasco. He's actually curious and interested in Arlo when they first meet. But Arlo's like hissing at him and
Arlo's
freaking
been
out.
Just very territorial since he was born, I'm sure.
But they finally became good brothers. They love each other. They groom each other. And then we bring a dog into the mix. Yeah. And I promised him.
Binks is the one that's been going through
this is the last change for so long. I promise. This is it.
I just love how, like, I mean, I just never think about how intelligent animals are and, like, how they're really able to, like, coexist, you know? And, like, harmoniously. And it really is just how you raise things. How they're, I mean, like, I understand that some animals, some beings are like instinctually programmed to be hunters and like things like that.
Right.
But you can show a dog and a cat to love each other.
I was gonna say, I think dogs have become so domesticated. I don't think I've ever come across a dog that actually does want to harm a cat. And I know they still exist, but I've had so many cats growing up.
Right.
And we had the same dog, Roxy, for like 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
And she just always wanted to be their friend. Always. She never wanted to harm a hair on their head. She would literally play with them in her mouth, but it was just a game.
I think that's how Marnie is.
I think so. I see a lot of Roxy and Marnie, for sure.
Yeah, Marnie's just so excited every time to play with the cats, and the cats are like, yo, fuck you, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Like, why are you in our house?
And Marnie's like, no, let's play. And
like,
the cats
what are you guys
like,
into?
Like,
you want to play hide and seek?
And they're like, fuck off.
And they're like, we'll play hide, and you can go seek outside somewhere. Yeah, but no, it's going good. They're existing. We finally don't have to keep them separate, I think.
Yes. Oh my God.
That was
the only
stressful.
part that was so stressful.
I had to collect the cats and put them in our room so I could take Marnie outside, and they were having their separate times out in the living room. Yeah, so now we don't have to worry about that anymore. I know you guys don't really care at all about any of that, but we needed to vent, okay?
We had to vent. Anyway, besides that,
there's not really much to update on,
There's no other updates. Conjuring's kind of the same. I'm sure she has another court date later this month or next month.
She always has a court date.
Yeah, well, her lawyer's been able to attend these things for her, so
makes sense.
I mean, at some point, you can't chase the rabbit any longer. You can't delay the court date.
Right.
So we'll really know maybe something by the beginning of summer is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm anticipating, midsummer.
We'll keep everyone on the edge of their seats.
Besides that, same thing.
Regular.
Yeah, that Ghost Adventures guy, Aaron, he's officially filed for divorce. Yeah.
Get away from her, Aaron.
Yeah.
Heck. I mean, the justice system hopefully will do that for him.
Yeah, and karma.
Yeah.
I mean, that is ultimate karma, just being caught and shit like that.
Yeah.
Just being caught by the inmate she was texting because the inmate's phone was.
Do you want to just go over it really quick in case someone didn't listen to last week's episode? Just really
if you didn't listen, you can listen to last week's episode.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean basically, Aaron, I don't know his last name, from Ghost Adventures. His wife was found out that she was trying to hire a hitman to kill him
from prison.
While he was filming Ghost Adventures right now in California, I believe. And it was found out because the prison security, basically, I guess, they found the inmate's cell phone and they found these text messages. And they found out that it was Aaron's wife that was trying to plot this whole thing. And she's trying to deny it. She's denied it and saying that she's, but... yeah, that's fucking wild.
Crazy situation.
Yeah, that's stupid. Why do you think that's gonna work?
Why is that always everyone's solution?
Why do you think that's gonna work nowadays, though? That's not gonna work. We're gonna figure you out.
For real. The only reason I could think of would be for life insurance, I guess. But that is just such an extreme decision. There's alimony. From divorce, wild, or something, I feel that's just got to be the better option, 100% of the time.
I think I could see people just wanting to have the attention for it too. Versus a divorce and being well, yeah, we just split up, we just didn't love each other. Versus I'm so sorry for your loss. And she's just gaining this attention, plus getting all the money.
Right, that's true.
So I think it's
some people are just messed up in the head.
It's just a very narcissistic mindset of,
for sure.
Yeah, just being the.
Anyways, yeah, that's a crazy situation.
Yeah.
I am being a lovely wife and not making Marlene do a not so fun fact this week because I love her and I wanted to give her a break.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So should we just get into my story then?
Yeah. I'm sorry if anyone likes my not so fun facts. I tried to share, I guess, things the last 10 minutes.
It's okay. It's okay. It'll make them look forward to yours that much more next week.
Right, because I have so many fans.
You do.
So many fans just listening to this podcast because of me.
Probably, honestly. It was a lot less interesting before you joined, so I would not be surprised.
I'm kidding.
All right. Let's do my story.
All right, baby.
Alrighty. So this week, I actually picked the topic.
Oh, good. Yes, I was wondering, like, what are you ever gonna do that? Like...
And it is going to be on Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Oh.
I picked this place because my mom and I are actually going on a little trip there this week.
Yes.
Yay. Well, actually, we're like there right now when this comes out. So,
yeah, yes,
hey from Gatlinburg.
And hey from Home Alone.
Love you. Hey, if it wasn't for you, the animals would be all alone, and we don't want that.
You're right.
So we are just going to cover just some like different haunted places in Gatlinburg. But first, let's cover the very basic early history. So for centuries, Native Americans would use this one specific trail to traverse all throughout the Smoky Mountains for hunting, including what's now called Gatlinburg.
Okay.
That's like where the trail will go through.
I think I know this trail.
It's because, I don't know, I don't like the name because it's like not super politically correct, but it's just the name of it. But it's
I probably don't know it.
It's the Indian Gap Trail.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was the Natchez Trail.
Oh, no. It's not that.
It's a long trail too, Natchez.
That is long, you're right.
Yeah.
You're very right. But in the late 18th century, William Ogle from Edgefield, South Carolina, came to the Gatlinburg area and decided to permanently settle there.
I'm sorry. Is this a story about how Gatlinburg came to be?
Like a little bit.
Okay, I was just a little like I think I forgot what your story was going to be about.
It's haunted places in Gatlinburg, but it's just kind of like the early stages of Gatlinburg, just so people have an idea. It's not necessarily relevant, but I just always feel like it's important.
That's fine. I like learning like new like little history nuances of.
Yeah.
Why not?
I know
think
you do.
If you're listening to this podcast, you'd like this too.
Yeah.
So.
History is always a part of anything haunted and anything true crime. So.
Yeah, I mean they go hand in hand.
Heck yeah.
Is Marnie still in here?
Yep, she's there. She's just hanging out. So, and she's leaving. She's going further away. Oh, that was a good stretch. Good job, Marnie.
She's like, I'm just gonna come sit over
just
here.
Just a little bit further away from that lady. Okay, so William Ogle from Edgefield, South Carolina, traveled there and was like, yo, I want to take my family here. This is the place to be. So supposedly the Cherokee tribe in the area helped him prepare logs and other supplies to eventually build a cabin.
Okay.
He then returned home to Edgefield to grow one more crop to provide more supplies and to bring his family back with him to where he planned to build that cabin. But shortly after he arrived back in Edgefield, a malaria epidemic swept through and William died from the disease.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. William's widow, Martha, moved her family to Virginia, where she had relatives. But in 1806, just 3 years after William died, Martha, along with her brother Peter, her daughter Rebecca, and Rebecca's husband, James, they all went to the area that is now called Gatlinburg, where William originally went. The logs that William had prepared were just as he left them, so his family built the cabin.
Damn.
And Rebecca and her husband James actually ended up settling there. Over the next decade, their family members, as well as other settlers, moved into the area, which came to be known as White Oak Flats.
Mm-hmm.
In 1856, a post office was established in the general store, and this store belonged to Radford Gatlin, which officially was who the town was named after. Now, even though this whole area was named after him, Radford Gatlin did not get along with his neighbors. And by 1857, a full-on feud broke out between Gatlin and the Ogle family.
Well, I mean, like, why else would you name a city? Like, it sounds like if he had a general store, obviously everyone knew him, and everyone was, like, involved in. He seems like he was involved in a lot of things. If he's a general store person.
Yeah.
In a small town.
The reason that the feud broke out with him and that family, I guess, is because he attempted to divert the town's main road. So I guess there was some disagreement there. And, you know, you're right. Like, he was a very well-known man, but that doesn't mean he was, like, a very well-liked man.
Yeah, because it just, you know, it just goes back to how successful people also have the well-liked trait, and then successful people can also have the well-hated trait. It just depends on how you come across,
right,
and what kind of personality you have. But I'm assuming he probably wanted to divert the main road towards his, maybe in front of his store.
That's true.
And
that
people are like, no. And then he was like, well, this is a fucking general store, and people...
Right. This town's named after me, so deal with it.
Yeah, and he was probably hoping to gain more traffic from it, and everyone else was like, that doesn't fucking make sense. It's out of the way.
Yeah. Well, much worse than the main road issue, Gatlin was a Confederate sympathizer, and the Civil War was going on and all, and most of the residents of the area were pro-Union.
Oh.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Gatlin, the man, was pro-Confederate.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, don't divert the fucking road, dude. Just leave him out in the dirt.
So in 1859...
We're pro-Union, this podcast.
So in 1859, the residents actually forced Gatlin out of the town that was named after him.
Damn.
They made him leave.
I mean, yeah, like, if you fucking hate
hell
it.
Yeah,
of course.
Like, why would you want to live there? For, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like a good time.
Okay, but why didn't we rename this?
That is a very good point.
Yeah. Why don't we rename it?
We should rename it Ogleburg.
And who?
That was the first family there. Well, or McCarterville, because McCarter was the last name of James, like the husband
or
of
we
Rebecca.
Can name it like Cherokee or something indigenous, you know?
Yep, that too.
Original name.
Yep. Because there also, I think, were other Native Americans. Because I don't think any tribes lived there, but like I said, all of them would use that trail to go hunting.
They could have lived there.
So it was multiple different like tribes, I think, passed through. Yeah. But the Cherokees supposedly are the ones that helped William prepare all the lumber. So yeah, that would be a good tribe.
William Oben, what's his name?
Ogle. Yeah.
William
I think
Ogle?
it was actually originally Oglesby, and then they changed it to Ogle.
Oops, sorry.
But yeah. Yeah, we should change the name. That's a very good point.
Petition it.
Okay, sounds good.
To Ogle or Sherogle.
Just split the name.
Yeah, Sherogle.
Sherogle. Or Oglekey.
Oglekey. Either Sherogle or
Oglekey.
Oglekey.
That'll be our poll.
Yeah.
Okay, so after they forced him out, Gatlinburg tried to remain neutral during the war, but Confederate Colonel William Holland
The
Thomas,
Colonel, Mr. Sanders.
He had forces occupy the town to protect the saltpeter mines near the North Carolina border. So a Confederate colonel put forces in Gatlinburg. But fortunately, Union forces marched down from Knoxville, and since they outnumbered the Confederates, they forced them to retreat across the Smokies to North Carolina. And after that, the Confederate forces did not return to the area.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Kick them out.
Kick them way out.
Out. That was like Michael Scott, coded.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Out,
my
out.
My turn.
My turn. My turn.
I definitely have the rhythm of Michael Scott for sure.
Yeah, you
100%. It's fine. You still love me.
My turn. My turn.
Oh.
I did.
Iconic.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, I know that wasn't like short, like I said it was gonna be, but that was literally like only through the Civil War. That was like the only history I covered, very briefly.
That's crazy. So that's how Gatlinburg was named Gatlinburg, because of this rude
Confederate sympathizer. Yeah.
Manager guy.
Manager guy.
Manager guy, apparently.
Businessman.
Busyness.
Yeah.
I keep drinking this thing. I have a drink in front of me, and I don't like it.
Stop drinking it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop. Can you put it over there, actually? Because I just keep drinking it like out of...
Like it's juice.
What's the word?
Out of habit. Instinct.
Yeah, instinct. And it's just not good.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
It's fine. I'm just
That was like your first out of your 6-pack, too.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're all like that. I don't know if they've been sitting there for a while. Like just fermenting.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't taste like... I don't think it tastes like that. Just looking at it, like I said, looking at it, it just doesn't look...
You were very disappointed with its looks.
Yeah, I thought it'd be more like juicier. It says juicy hop. I know what a juicy hop IPA looks like, and that's not it. That looks fermented, for sure. Anyway, if I get the shits tonight, we know why.
I'm sleeping in the guest room. No, I'm just kidding.
With the stagnant toots. With the stale, stagnant toots.
The stoots.
The stoots.
That sounds like a band or something.
The stoots. Oh my gosh.
That's our pets. That's their band name.
The Stoots.
The Stoots. All right. Time for spooky stuff. Okay. So, like I said, I'm basically just going to talk about some haunted locations in Gatlinburg.
All right, let's do it. Hey, Arlo.
The Arlito Bandito. Marnie, you be good girl. She's so innocent. She just wants to play.
She does want to play, yeah.
Okay. First spooky location. So we have the Greenbrier Restaurant. This is a very nice, fine dining restaurant in the woods just outside of Gatlinburg. So the building of the restaurant was built in the 1930s and was originally a lodge intended for wealthy hunters, outdoor enthusiasts, and loggers. So lots of people have gone in and out of these doors.
Yeah, I bet.
So there are multiple spirits who reside at the Greenbrier Restaurant, but the most popular one is Lydia.
I wonder, before I go into it more and like ruin anything like I usually do,
yes.
Do you tell us why it's so haunted?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Let's or at least why Lydia's there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested.
So when the place was still operating as a lodge, Lydia was going to stay there. Oh my God, I misspelled there. I did it like the possessive way. I hate myself. Wow. She was going to stay there with her new husband right after they got married, which like their wedding venue was nearby, and then they were gonna come have their honeymoon at the lodge. So the day of their wedding, Lydia got all ready and made her way to the venue. She and her guests waited and waited and waited, but her groom never showed.
What?
After a few hours, Lydia gave up and went back to the lodge. After soaking in her emotions, Lydia just could not fathom, continuing on. She, couldn't handle it. So she went ahead and took her own life by hanging herself from a rafter. That was really bad timing.
That was bad timing.
Arlo played Ghost again, and, the door just started moving, very quickly.
Just shedding.
Anyways, yeah, so Lydia hanged herself at the lodge, and the staff of the place found her the next day.
Fuck.
A few days later, Lydia's runaway groom was also found in the forest, mauled to death by a mountain lion.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Apparently, there are two theories about what happened. The first one is that the groom was killed either the day before or the day of the wedding, and that's why he didn't show up. Or the other theory is that after Lydia's death, her spirit transformed into a mountain lion and attacked him, getting the ultimate revenge.
For what? Because he didn't show up?
I don't know. Was he just like on a boys' trip by himself out there hiking, and she went and found him and attacked him? I don't know. I just had to share that. That was one of the two theories.
Okay, I believe the first one.
Same.
Yeah, he probably just got fucking mauled while he was taking a walk
through
the woods, like contemplating, like, wow, my life's about to change
forever,
tomorrow, you know.
And then it actually changed that second when he got attacked by the lion.
And then he heard,
that would be a zombie. You work on your lion.
I was trying.
She has her zombie down for sure, but your lion needs some work.
Sounded like a lion to me.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Why the fuck you lying?
Oh my god.
Why you always lying?
Marnie's face is exactly how I feel right now. So, yeah. I guess due to the way Lydia died, she was not given a Christian burial and was buried in an unmarked grave.
That's so sad.
It is very sad. It's what they did back then.
I hate that. I fucking hate that, dude.
It's a sin.
Like, okay, but, like, did Jesus not do the same, essentially?
You're right. I mean, there's a lot of, like, hypocritical things we can get into here, but... yeah.
I mean, come on, dude.
I'm not surprised, is all I'm saying.
Okay. Just think about it. Consider it.
I have.
You know,
sure.
you can't knock it.
I'm not knocking nothing.
Jesus chose something, and it's a sin if I choose it to. You know?
You got really aggressive there.
Just saying.
Okay, so I guess a caretaker at the lodge, like this is years later, he kept getting woken up in the middle of the night by a whisper saying,
I'm hungry. I'm very hungry.
I'm the devil.
I'm the devil.
No, he heard a whisper saying, mark my grave.
Oh.
It's
actually sad.
I know. After several sleepless nights, the caretaker was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And he went and put a grave marker where Lydia was buried. This seemed to appease Lydia, and she left the man alone and let him sleep. But that doesn't mean she went away. So
the guy's like, oh, brother. She's like, I forgot one more thing.
I mean, I also really like flowers. I wouldn't say no to some flowers.
And also, can he turn off the stove? I forgot to turn off the stove.
It's all these requests.
I think the beans are burning.
He's like, there's other staff at this place, like, I'm not the only one. Okay, so we're at the restaurant.
Turn the stone in. He's like, what fucking stone, dude? Turn the stone.
She's just starting to talk in like cryptic messages. The flag on the left.
Return the slab.
Oh, yay. Okay, so now we are in restaurant land of this building.
Yes.
I guess the beam where she hanged herself is still up. And supposedly you can still see where the rope burned the beam. And yeah, so the staff will like point out this beam to the guests. And they've also named some items on their seasonal menu after Lydia. But it seems that Lydia does not like her tragic death to be so publicized and exploited.
I mean, who would?
Yeah, so
it's like an embarrassing, not embarrassing,
but it's like,
it's like
it's sad and
it is
like
sad. She
was I wouldn't want that shared.
Yeah, she was stood
for
up
years.
at the altar, bro,
Yeah.
and she killed herself because she was stood up, and like people are like, "Oh, would you like the headless Lydia taco?"
The Lydia licorice surprise. I don't know
and
what
it's
that
like
would be.
A grenadine at the top.
Oh my god, yeah. But yeah, one reason people think that she doesn't like all of this is that the kitchen staff have seen those specific food items that Lydia's named after flying off the shelf.
Damn, that's right, bitch.
Get it, girl.
Get it.
Other people have seen Lydia herself appearing as a small, somber woman standing by the staircase. And she can also be heard just crying and crying and crying.
Poor girl.
She's sad. She's a sad spirit for sure. Well, and like, she probably also knows now in the afterlife that her husband didn't abandon her, and he got tragically killed also. Yeah. Like, that's so sad.
Like, she probably found out that he didn't want to marry her, and he's like, I can't live with this.
I'd rather be mauled by a lion.
Yeah, and he just like killed himself through a lion too, you know? Through a lion. I mean, and then also, like, how long was she really hanging for the fucking rope to burn through the beam? Come on, bro.
I don't know how it all works.
If you go here, you need to send me a picture of this, and you need to send me a picture of the beam, because I need to see this.
Okay, I will look for it. I mean, I don't know how, like, recent this, like, article was that I found. You know, it could be from, like, 8 years ago.
Do you think you guys are going to this place?
I mean, I can look it up. I mean, I'm sure we can at least go for, like, a dessert or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The Lydia dessert.
The Lydia...
Rib.
There's not a lot of, like, food items that start with L that I can think of.
The lemon Lydia's
the
lemon.
Lydia's lemon drop.
Yeah.
That'd be cute.
Yeah, I bet it's good.
Yeah, I'll get it in her honor.
Or lemon cake.
Yeah, I like lemon pound cake. I love that stuff. But yeah, so things happen. You guys didn't hear it, but it's stupid.
We had to cut it.
Anyways, but yeah, Lydia is not alone there at the Greenbrier restaurant. A young male spirit is said to play under the bar by customers' feet. It is believed that this is the spirit of a little boy who had drowned in a nearby pool.
Oh no.
The baby.
Oy, oy, oy.
A medium actually came and talked to the boy, and I guess he said that he would be happier if he had something to play with.
What the fuck, dude?
So the staff put a set of jacks under the stairs where he was also seen a lot. And since then, since they did this, he has been seen much less. So it's thought that the toys kind of helped, and he seems to be a little bit more at peace.
That's so sweet.
Which I really like.
That's like a sad ghost story. What the fuck?
I never claimed to have a happy podcast here, babe.
You're right.
That's not the point of this. Okay. Oh, and there's one more spirit often seen at the Greenbrier, and that is the spirit of a grumpy old man. He usually sits in a back corner of the restaurant, and I guess this old man does not like when the place gets too noisy, and he gets very aggravated when it does, and he makes it pretty known. It didn't say how he does that, but it seems like he's not subtle about it.
He probably, drops glasses at the end of the night or something.
Yeah, probably. You know? Oh my god.
That was Marnie.
That scared me. Marnie, shook, and it was, the loudest shake I've ever heard.
It's because we're just used to cat shakes.
Yeah, we don't hear those.
Mm-mm. It's okay, Marnie. Did she just fart?
No, she was rubbing herself on the ground. She's like, why are you guys just sitting there? Can we play or something? Marnie? No, she's leaving. Okay,
yeah, of course.
Bye.
She only likes Alyssa. She only likes me when I feed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm sweet to her. I love on her.
I try to be sweet to her, but I want to squeeze her face, so I do.
I get it.
And then she just doesn't like it.
Sorry, we didn't get you the right kind of big bubba.
It's her fault for being so fucking cute.
We needed a big dog for her so she could get her cute aggression out.
Yeah, she was like, this is what you need. You need a dog. And I was like, sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Marnie's too sensitive to take it.
Yeah, I think her previous owner was abusive.
I think she's got some trauma.
Yeah, because I raised my hand to do some, what was I doing?
You were warning her.
Yeah.
You were like, ah.
I said, And then she flinched, and I felt really bad for scaring her like that.
Poor girl.
It was so sad. You saw her face, right?
Yeah, that little face right there. That's the one. Oh, she's so cute. I love her.
And I was like, oh my god, the past owner must have hit her. Poor Marnie. She's so sweet.
She's the sweetest little girl. It's always the ones with the most trauma that end up being the sweetest.
Why do we have, trauma-riddled animals in our home?
I don't know.
Marnie.
Because we're meant to take care of them.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyways, we could talk about our animals the whole podcast. Let's not do that.
Marnie, careful.
So obviously there are some other spooky happenings that go on at this restaurant. When the Hayden family first bought the building, some of them stayed there before they turned it into a restaurant until they could find a place of their own. One family member thought that they heard another family member downstairs, so he went down there. When he got down there, he found all of the chairs pushed over to the wall and stacked up.
What the fuck?
And is that not what we just saw in that video the other day?
Yeah, we were watching a video yesterday, and within 3 seconds, these guys would turn around and then turn back around because they heard a noise, and there was chairs,
4 chairs stacked in a tower.
Which is
we were definitely taking it with a grain of salt. It looked like a straight shot, but obviously they could have very talented editors and it could have been cut. But it was crazy if it was real.
Right, yeah. Because that's really fast and with minimal noise, and just all of a sudden right behind them after they turn around. Yeah. You turn around, you turn back around, and there's chairs stacked up behind you. What the fuck?
It's crazy. And it happened twice, and then another time 2 chairs slid towards them.
But that's just stuff that I only believe if I see it myself.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm okay, it could happen,
right?
But I need to see.
We're very skeptical for anything seen online, but it's really cool if it happened for real. It's crazy. But yeah, it happened to this guy. He then looked out the window and saw that the car of the person that he thought was down there making the noise was not outside, meaning he hadn't even come home yet.
Wow.
So, yeah, he didn't know who he heard down there. So he put everything back to where it was supposed to be and went back upstairs. Later, he went downstairs a little bit after that, and everything was stacked up again. So they just left it like that.
As you should, probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to touch
I wouldn't touch it either.
So once the restaurant was operating, one of the regular customers went to the bathroom and the light went off. A few seconds later, it came back on. Once this lady and her husband were done with dinner, she went to the bathroom again before they left. And when she went into a stall, she heard someone or something follow her into the bathroom, go into the stall next to her, and slam the toilet seat. Her husband was sitting on a bench outside the bathroom and didn't see anyone go into the bathroom, but he did hear all of those sounds.
What the fuck?
One of the family members that helps run the restaurant got there early one morning, and she knew there was no one else there with her, for sure. She started to get things ready, and she propped the doors open to the restroom and to the service area. Then all of a sudden, all of the doors in the building flew open.
Whoa.
By yourself, too. In the whole building. Oh, my God. She then went to turn the lights on, and apparently she felt like she ran into someone. But again, no one else was in the building. And yeah, that was the Greenbrier restaurant. Definitely probably our longest place we're talking about tonight.
Good.
Yeah. Seems pretty haunted. I think I am going to have to check it out.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to go to all these places, but
yeah.
I think this is the one I'd be able to have access to.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So our next haunted place in Gatlinburg is the cabin on Roaring Fork. Roaring Fork is a stream that goes all throughout the Smoky Mountains. So there is a cabin by the stream that is over 200 years old that has rooms that people can rent out, kind of like you're just renting a cabin, an Airbnb kind of thing. So one family staying there decided to go get some food. I guess the kitchen in the cabin was all messy and everything was all over the table and counters. I think that's how they found the place when they got there.
Yeah.
So they were let's just go get some takeout, go get food out there so we don't have to worry about making anything in the kitchen. So they went and got dinner, and they came back to the cabin and went to bed. When they woke up the next morning, they found the kitchen completely clean and the table set with napkins, plates, and utensils.
That's nice.
It's very convenient,
Yeah,
but what the hell?
I'd be so happy. What the fuck?
Well, okay, so my first thought would be like either the owners or like somebody else
Like
had come into this cabin, which means like, oh, they can like come in here whenever they want.
Right,
but like, I feel like that's not what happened.
They're like, oh my god, we forgot to clean up.
For real though, maybe. Yeah. Honestly, I guess that could be a possibility. Another family that stayed there said the door was kind of open when they first arrived. They left for dinner and closed the door behind them, and when they returned, it was open again.
Nope.
The next day, they went out to do all their plans, and they made a point to make sure that the door was latched tight and locked the hell up. Of course, when they returned, the door was open, wide open, more than it had ever been before.
Nope.
Don't like that. Because that's not like the owner of the cabin coming in to do something that they forgot to do or they need to do. Like, why are they just opening this door?
Like, you can justify the other things.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, okay, maybe.
Right.
You know, but and just be there uncomfortably.
If this was the owner that would have the key, why would they be leaving the door to their cabin open?
Yeah,
you know?
Nah, dude.
Creepy. So I guess there's a cart in this cabin that has like extra pillows and blankets and things like that on it. Well, guests have claimed that this cart tends to end up in a different place in the cabin than where it was when they went to sleep. Likes to move on its own.
Damn.
Now, this last part of the story isn't specifically in the cabin, but on the trail that the cabin is on. There is known to be a ghost of a woman named Lucy. Lucy supposedly died when her family's cabin burned down in the early 1900s. And one day, I guess a man named Foster came across Lucy on the trail on a cold winter night. He saw that she wasn't dressed for the cold, and she didn't even have shoes on. So he offered her a ride home on his horse. He dropped her off at her parents' house, but afterwards, he just like couldn't stop thinking about her. He was like so enamored by this girl for some reason that he went back to her place a few days later to ask her parents permission to marry her.
Whoa.
That's when they told him that she had died quite some time ago.
What the fuck?
And that was the cabin on Roaring Fork and Roaring Fork in general. Okay, so last up, we've got the Mysterious Mansion. So this is like a legit haunted house, like, you know, a scary Halloween maze kind of thing. Like there's actors that'll jump out and scare you.
But it's also actually haunted.
Well, yeah, of course. Why else would we be talking about it?
Like the Haunted Mansion. Yeah,
well, so it's actually located, it takes place in an actual Victorian home. So, like, you know that place is old and it's got all the ghosts in it for sure. Allegedly, back in 1903, a family that lived there all went insane. They began getting really paranoid and started to turn on each other, and eventually all started to kill each other off.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I don't know.
Was there like mold in the house maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, that's a really good idea,
like maybe
actually.
Something, not a good idea, but like
it's a smart thought. That like we should plant some mold somewhere. Let's make a family go insane.
That's a great idea, babe.
Patent that right now. Yeah. So
like a great theory, maybe?
Yeah, that's a good theory. Thank you.
Is there mold in this house?
Probably. Again, I guess another family that lived nearby supposedly had a daughter that was only like 7 fall off of a balcony of a building, like near this place. I guess the building that she fell off of isn't there anymore, and this was kind of like the closest building, the Mysterious Mansion. She is said to always appear there around the date of her death anniversary. And I guess she sobs very, very loudly all the time.
Poor girl.
You know, it's so sad. All right. Now, there is also a hooded figure that follows guests around, as well as the scare actors that work there.
What the fuck?
Not like a shadow figure, a hooded figure that's like scarier for some reason.
Yeah, like death.
Yeah, for real. Oh my god. I don't know why I didn't even think of that. And lastly, there is the light bulb. Supposedly, you can replace this light bulb hundreds of times, and it will always burn out just a few hours later. And yes, all of the wiring has been checked. Everything is up to code and working correctly. Damn. And yeah, that was the mysterious mansion and the town of Gatlinburg.
Wow.
Yep.
I knew Gatlinburg. I mean, I've heard of Gatlinburg being like spooky and stuff, but no one ever really has like a story to tell me, you know? They're just like, oh, why. You would love Gatlinburg. Right. It's so, you know, and I'm like, okay, but why? No, like, tell me why.
I actually had never heard about it being spooky. I didn't really know that was like a thing, but like my mom, when we go, my mom agreed to like go and do like a ghost tour, because I always like to look up anywhere I visit to see if they have like a ghost tour or anything spooky, because that's just like my vibe and my favorite thing to get into when I like travel. And so, like, most towns do have, like, a ghost tour.
Right,
like especially in the South.
Something, yeah.
Like, everything's haunted over here.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah. And I saw that mysterious mansion, and I was very intrigued by it, but I think it really is only, like, a scare attraction, which, like, does actually take place year-round, which is really cool. But that's not, like, surprisingly, that's, like, not my cup of tea. I don't like, fake, creepy characters like jumping out at me. It's just a jump scare to me. Like, I want to see a ghost or like hear an EVP or be in a 300-year-old mansion. Like that's what's cool to me.
I agree, because we went to that spooky swap meet last year and I was like, this is pretty cool. I got scared maybe once or twice by like the actors, but it's like not my. It's also not my my. What's it called?
Like genre of spooky?
Like my thrill.
Okay. Choice,
yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Just for thrills, I'm good on roller coasters.
For thrills, I'm good on haunted places.
Yeah, that too.
That's my thrill. Yeah. My thrill is not roller coasters. It's not anything
I guess
else.
I attribute...
It's not driving fast. It's not anything. It's...
I guess I attribute thrill to things like roller coasters, and then like interest I put into like my spooky places that I love going to.
I think my thrill adrenaline rushes are definitely spooky places, and then I end up leaving and I feel nothing for the rest of the week, and then I'm like, what the fuck? And then I go back and I'm like, oh my god, babe, I'm so scared.
Oh, speaking of, I need you to send over those clips, because we still have to upload our like evidence onto our Instagram. Owe you that.
No, yes, you're right. Well, we'll do that after this recording.
Cool. But yeah, that was my story this week. It was actually way longer than I expected it to be.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all enjoyed it.
They did, right? Right? You better have fucking enjoyed it.
Ow. My hands.
I did enjoy it, babe. Thank you for that wonderful story.
You're welcome.
I think you chose a good one this week.
Thank you. I thought it was appropriate. You know, I like to be festive.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna go. We love you guys. Do all the usuals. If you, I promise, I don't just like pick whatever. Most of the time, I'm picking your guys' suggestions. So if you want to hear a specific story, spookies, urban legends, cryptids, aliens, true crimes, send it on over to us. Where to?
You can send it to whatsyourfavoritescarystory@gmail.com.
Or to our Instagram messages, which is also What's Your Favorite Scary Story.
Yes.
You took my part last time.
Did I?
Yeah, I had to make sure I got to say it this time.
Okay, good.
Yay. But yes, please send us anything you want us to cover. Send in personal stories on any topic.
Or pictures of things you might think
that's a good idea.
You know? Yeah.
Like evidence pictures.
Yeah, evidence pictures.
Or audio.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's a good idea.
Yeah, anything you have, if you want to send it over to, if you want us to check it out.
Yeah, like, get our take on it.
Yeah, because I'm very opinionated on these things. So I will tell you what I actually think.
Like, I know I might like get excited with all this stuff, but I do look and listen at things with a very debunking eye and ear, because that's the whole point. Like when you go investigate and stuff, you have to go in ready to debunk, to make sure what you're actually experiencing is real.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you could just get so caught up in the whole shebang of it and be like, oh my God, did you see that? Did you hear that? No way. And it just gets like out of hand.
Yeah, I think that's why like when we go investigating now, I go in like, okay, but that could have been anything. That's why I wasn't as scared as I would have been when we first started.
Yeah.
At the, this previous past
investigation.
Yeah.
You're evolving as an
I am
investigator.
evolving. Yes, I am.
Good job. Way to go.
I'm very like maybe Zach Bagans coded right now, where I'm like, all right, well, let's see, let's walk towards this noise versus away from it,
Yeah, let's go see what this demonic sound was.
Yeah, that's I'm down for that.
Yeah,
I need to know.
You need the proof.
I need to actually see it. I get it. Yeah,
I get it. All right, well, that's all, I guess. You guys have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you next time. Be yourselves, be kind, be grateful, and
one more apparently someone bought the conjuring.com, theconjuringhouse.com, but no one can see who it actually is. So there's theories. How
did you forget about this at the beginning?
So there's theories of people, like, people saying that she bought it, but like very low key,
right?
Because no one really knows. Jason Hawes doesn't know. Like, no one knows who actually bought it.
Oh my God, I'm so invested in this lore because I actually like legitimately care about this place so much.
Yeah, well, I feel like throughout the rest of the year we'll see what's gonna happen. Obviously, sure. I don't think there's gonna be any real jail time because she's rich. Yeah, and you know how that usually goes. I don't know if the business is gonna come back up. If the Conjuring House is gonna do its comeback with her as an owner,
with her, someone else, or if it's just gonna like just stay abandoned for a while.
We'll see how she progresses. Yeah, because it really all just depends on her. But anyway, I just wanted to give that quick update.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
I almost forgot about it, but that is my job to update.
It is your job in this podcast. Yeah. Yep. All right, I'm not gonna say the whole spiel again. Make sure that you guys stay spooky! You scared Marnie.
Sorry, Marnie.
Bye.